Today on Iron Toots Gaming, classic foes battle it out on the plains of Eternia, along with some not-so-classic ones. Stick around. Welcome to Iron Toots Gaming. I'm your host, the Iron Toots. Today we revisit some venerated toy lines, along with some new favorites to use in a game of Toy Box Wars. We have some classics from Mattel's Masters of the Universe and Playmate's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, along with new figures from Mattel's Turtles of Grayskull line. He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, has gone missing. The only clue to his whereabouts can be found on Battlecat, who's been found wandering disoriented next to a pool of strange glowing ooze. Heroes and villains, both from Eternia and beyond it, rush to capture the mighty animal, to find out what happened to Eternia's greatest hero. Today's game will be a 200-point game played at 5-inch BDD. We will be playing the Hunt the Angry Bear scenario from the rulebook. In the Hunt the Angry Bear scenario, a large, dangerous game piece lurks near the center of the battlefield. Hostile forces, each looking to bring it down and take control of its body, converge to claim it. The Angry Bear is a game piece, which is larger than any other game piece allowable in the scenario it's played in. Not under the control of any player, it should be content to not get involved in the battle raging around it, assuming no one makes any noise or takes any action to upset it, which is not very likely, what with the battle and all. Armies need to fight both the opposing forces and bring down the beast. Once brought down, the army with the most points within 1 BDD of the Angry Bear's body at the end of the game is the winner. Every turn, each army will gain aggro points, which will be used later in the turn to determine how the Angry Bear, in this case Battlecat, will respond to the battle. At the beginning of the first turn of this game, each army gains 4 points, one for each game piece which can act this turn. As Man-at-Arms is participating in this game, we'll forgo any complications to keep his neck healthy.
Thank you!
Given the small number of game pieces, 4 per side, we will be using the upscaling feature from the rulebook. This will increase the size category of our game pieces to size category 2, except for Battlecat, who is now size category 3. This grants everyone more hit points. Each side takes up positions, and we roll initiative. The forces of evil get the first initiative and activate Beastman. Beastman is equipped with a Ripper Axe and a Whip Flail. His tough hide and thick skull give him extra armor level 1. His Whip Flail has a range of 11 inches, double the game piece's height, which normally determines the range of his close combat attacks, which he uses to attack Battlecat without provoking a reaction from the big cat's close combat range of 10 inches. Only the Whip Flail has the extended range advantage and gets the benefit. The Ripper Axe is out of range. Beastman attacks once, rolling 3 dice, needing 5s. He deals 1 point of damage. Game pieces dealing with an active Angry Bear draw 1 aggro point for their side for every tactical action they take, 1 for every attack they make, and 2 for every point of damage they deal to the Angry Bear. Beastman gains his side 4 aggro points. The second initiative roll is a tie, granting the forces of evil another action on the roll-off. This grants the heroes an initiative balance point. The Triceraton acts next. The Triceraton is a well-rounded game piece, equipped with extra armor level 1. He has horns for close combat, and a Triceraton blaster for ranged attacks. The action figure has these rats on its belt, which we decided were rat grenades. We gave them the unreliable disadvantage because, well, rat grenades. He breaks the cover of the border fortress and heads to the trees, putting Battlecat in range for both the blaster and the rat grenades. Battlecat fails his cover save, and the rat grenade can't scatter enough to miss, so the Triceraton rolls 6 dice needing 5s. Another 2 damage done to Battlecat. It would have been 3 if the grenades were not unreliable, earning the forces of evil another 7 aggro points. The heroes finally win an initiative roll, activating Man-at-Arms. Man-at-Arms has come loaded for Bear, or in this case Tiger, bringing a laser rifle and a shield from the Castle Grayskull armory, in addition to his trusty mace. The shield, plus his usual armor, grant him extra armor level 2. He takes aim with a stun blast, shooting through the trees. Battlecat makes his cover save this time, which means those 2 5s Man-at-Arms rolled just won't cut it. He does only earn his side 2 aggro points, however. The heroes win the next initiative, giving the villains an initiative balance point. Michelangelo's up next. In addition to his iconic hairstyle, Mikey has copied He-Man's battle armor, granting him extra armor level 1. Nunchucks have a questionable reputation as weapons in certain corners of the internet. We've decided to split the difference, giving Michelangelo 4 attacks, each with the unreliable disadvantage. Mikey throws caution to the wind and charges the Triceraton all out, just making it into close combat range. He rolls 12 attack dice. Unfortunately, every 6, 5, and 4 is negated by a 1, 2, or 3 on the same attack. Mikey's 4 attacks result in no damage. Perhaps the anti-nunchuck people have a point. All that effort earns the heroes 5 aggro points. The villains win the next toss, and Bopsteady goes on the offensive. Bopsteady is one of our favorites from the Turtles of Grayskull line. Just a fun mix of Rocksteady, Bebop, and Too Bad. Here we've given him extra armor level 1. He's armed with a big and nasty sword that he calls a knife, and a massive ball and chain. The ball and chain has the sweep attack advantage because of its design. It also has the self-damaging disadvantage, mostly because it's funny. He wastes no time charging into the fray, dealing 3 damage to Michelangelo and 1 point to himself. 3 more aggro points for the bad guys. The heroes win the next initiative, giving Raphael a chance to fight. We prefer Raphael with 2 Sai, giving Tila a different sword. He also has Ram Man's helmet and shoulder guards, which grant him extra armor 1 and a headbutt attack with the fearsome charge advantage. He charges in, but falls short, forcing the heroes to use their initiative balance point to activate extra hustle to get within close combat range. Between the fearsome charge advantage and the 3 attacks, Raphael does 3 damage to Bopsteady. Combined with the self-inflicted damage from earlier, this is enough to take the big mutant down. The heroes win initiative again, granting the villains another initiative balance point. Tila finally gets to act. Tila, the adopted daughter of Man-at-Arms, and the actual daughter of the Sorceress, has been portrayed as both a warrior and a magic user. We like a little of both, giving her a sword attack, a shield bash, and a fireball. Her split focus makes her magic unreliable, hence the self-damaging disadvantage. Extra armor 1 seems right for the big shield, but lack of leg protection. She drops a fireball on Beastman, a difficult shot as a scatter will land the impact point and cover, but a 6 on the scatter die negates that. She then proceeds to roll 3 damage, a definite cause for celebration.
There'll be none of that, young lady.
But the celebration is inappropriate. Beastman uses an initiative balance point to use the Hunker Down ability, re-rolling the damage. 3 damage becomes 0. And no, he's not allowed to dance about it. Rounding out turn 1 is Leech, the evil master of power suction.
I mean, I didn't even know there was a opening in power suction. Already this Leechor is the evil master, so it shows you what you can do if you find your niche and fill it, you know?
We never liked the weird crossbows the Horde troops were equipped with, so our Leech is a close combat build. Extra armor 1 and 3 attacks. Power suction attacks.
I'm not sure, but I think before that Leechor sold Amway, but before he got into the power suction.
Leech moves in to attack, throwing 3 attacks for 12 attack dice, which proves to be too much for the shell-kicking warrior goddess. 4 more aggro points for the baddies. With each side down a game piece, turn 1 ends.
Or does it? Oh, my neck sucks, doesn't it?
At the end of each turn, he is still up. Battlecat goes. We've been keeping track of aggro points for each side. The heroes have 17, the villains 22. Each army rolls 1 dice for each aggro point, counting any 6s rolled. If each side rolls the same number of 6s, scatter the angry bear and end its turn. Otherwise, the side that rolls the least number of 6s takes control of the beast. They can make a movement and tactical action with it as if it was theirs to control. The heroes roll 2 6s, the villains roll 5. The heroes take control of Battlecat this turn. Battlecat is equipped with 2 claw attacks and 1 devastating bite. The claws both have the fearsome charge advantage. He has the non-upright movement type, but bot climb as a movement advantage, giving him the best of both worlds. The game pieces size puts him in the next size category when compared to the other game pieces. The heroes decide to send Battlecat after Leech, both to avenge Tila and remove a dangerous close combat combatant. But Leech won't go down without a fight. The villains use their last initiative balance point to use the counter charge ability, allowing Leech to charge the rampaging tiger. Leech rolls 9 attack dice, needing 5s. 4 damage is impressive, wounding He-Man's mount, but not quite dropping it. Battlecat needs 4s on the bite and 3s on the claws, and answers back with a whopping 12 damage. Looks like Leech should have stuck to selling Amway. Turn 1 ends. The bad guys down 2 guys, and both Michelangelo and Battlecat on 1 hit point each. At the beginning of turn 2, the heroes get 3 aggro points for having 3 active game pieces, and the villains get 2. The heroes win the first initiative roll, and Raphael moves to assist his brother. 9 dice needing 5s. 1 damage won't cut it though. The Triceraton is still active. The bad guys win the next initiative. The Triceraton acts next. He only has the 1 close combat attack, which he uses to try to take Mikey out of the fight, which he does with a roll of a 6. The next initiative roll is 1 each. Michelangelo's roll unused as he fell before he could act. Hoping to end this without killing He-Man's companion, Man-at-Arms moves, then Advance moves, to get a clear shot on Battlecat. He then takes aim with another stun blast. Needing 5s, 2 damage knocks the big cat unconscious. The villains may have done more damage, but the heroes took down the big cat. Neither of that matters, however. The winner is whoever claims the body at the end of the game, something Beastman is well aware of. Something else Beastman is aware of is Man-at-Arms superiority at ranged engagements, something he neutralizes by moving close enough to catch the Eternian hero with his whip. The whip deals no damage this round. However, any action taken by Man-at-Arms, even closing with Beastman to counterattack, will draw a reaction attack. Turn 2 ends with the villains in a much better position. Beastman both claims the objective and has Man-at-Arms pinned down. The heroes have their work cut out for them next turn. At the beginning of turn 3, the villains win the initiative. The Triceraton acts first, attempting to gore Raphael with his horns. He rolls 3 dice, scoring 1 damage. The heroes go next, with Raph answering the Triceraton's 1 damage with 2 of his own. Things are not looking good for the dinosaur from space. The villains get another turn, with Beastman cracking the whip on Man-at-Arms. 2 5s would be nice, except Skeletor's minion really needs 6s. Man-at-Arms takes his turn, staying where he is and opening fire. Beastman gets to take his reaction attack before the hero can get his shot off. 3 5s, so close, and yet so far. Man-at-Arms fares much better. 3 points of damage puts Beastman close to defeat. Turn 3 ends with the villains on the back foot once again. They've suffered no casualties, but both Beastman and the Triceraton are severely injured. The bad guys will need to pull off some fancy maneuvers to pull this one out of the fire. The villains get their chance at the beginning of turn 4 with a high initiative roll. Beastman decides to try brute force and charges Man-at-Arms. For him, Brawn outclasses Brains, and the Ripper Axe penetrates Man-at-Arms armor for 2 damage. The good guys win the initiative, and Raph tries to take down the Triceraton he's been hammering on for the past several turns. 9 attacks, needing at least 1 5 or higher. There's no kill like overkill. I'll bet Raphael was wondering where that roll was several turns ago. With the Triceraton down, Man-at-Arms gets to go next. He swaps out his rifle for his trusty mace, which whiffs its attack. Turn 4 ends, with the heroes up 1 man, Raphael out of position, and Man-at-Arms fighting for his life against the rampaging Beastman. At the beginning of turn 5, the heroes go first. Raphael double moves trying to assist Man-at-Arms. A valiant effort, but not quite enough to get into close combat this turn. But Raphael need not worry. The old man proves there is metal in him still, putting Beastman down for the count. With that, our heroes win. They use the remaining turns to stabilize their allies, bind Battlecat's wounds, and carefully clean what Raphael now recognizes as mutagen ooze off of the great beast. With luck, clues can be found to He-Man's whereabouts. We hope you've enjoyed this battle report featuring the strange mix of Masters of the Universe and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, created by the Turtles of Grayskull line, as played in Toy Box Wars. If anything was unclear, feel free to ask. Or if there is anything you'd like to see in future videos, feel free to make a request. If you are interested in picking up a copy of Toy Box Wars, it's for sale at IronTootsGaming.com, link in the description below. As you can see, Toy Box Wars allows you to play what you want, how you want, mixing and matching whatever you want. Thank you for joining us, and never stop playing.